Hey, so today we want to talk to you about soils. And so in some of our videos, we talk about being out in the yard, doing gardening. It's that time of the year. It's almost here when it's time to get out there and plant those gardens. And we always get questions about, what about the soil? How does soil affect? What soil should I use? What soil do I not use? What's the application? So today we wanted to talk to you about a couple of different soils. Now, this is obviously not an exhaustive list of soils, but this does give us a good idea of what's out there on the market space. All these can be purchased at probably most of your home and garden stores. That's what we did today. Went out and purchased these. And we kind of wanted to go through each of them for you and give you some little bit of information, the application that we recommend for those uses, and then the different things that can be done with them. So we wanted to start off, we're going to go down the list and then we'll come back and we'll discuss each one of them. So we have the organic topsoil or organic outdoor potting mix here. We have potting mix itself. We have peat moss. We have garden soil for in-ground use. And then we have topsoil with a soil conditioner. So let's start over here with our organic outdoor potting soil. So organic is the word, right? Everybody is talking about organic. And so what you're going to find here is with the organic topsoil is you're going to find a product that is made from ornate objects. It's going to be like grass clippings or different materials like that. They've got some sands in there. Everything that we live around decomposes over time, leaves, debris. And so you're going to find in this particular organic mix along those lines. So you're going to find that. You'll also read on this particular bag, it says quick release natural fertilizer, feeds up to 2 months. And so in this particular product, you're going to find where it naturally breaks down. So this soil itself will have the ability as it breaks down, it releases nitrogen. So whatever material specifically that is in this particular brand of organic topsoil does that. It works really good for your vegetables, your gardening stuff. We can read on the back of this. So if you ever want to know what is in there, you can always roll it over and you can see the labeling on the back. Every one of these bags have this information. So you can see this is a certified mulch soil council. So there is a council, an organization, just like every other organizations, that will actually read, study, and test and verify the amount or the consistency of a product. And this particular has been approved by the council and is a premium potting soil. You'll also see it gives you the breakdown. So it has an organic fertilizer. It puts out 0.09, 0.06, 0.06 is the analysis of this particular bag of fertilizer. Now, that's a whole lot different than a bag of 10-10-10 fertilizer that you go and you buy at the store, and so you have to keep that in mind. This also breaks down and it gives you the ingredients over here. So this particular product here that's organic is based on forestry products, peat, manure, food processing waste, processed manure, and agricultural processing, poultry litter. All of that is what is made of this particular product. So you've got all of that inside of this that makes this product. So it's very organic. That's why you've got that. It does have a amount of slow release in it because of the product. As it deteriorates and it breaks down, the chicken litter, things like that, it goes through the process and it releases that fertilizer in that. So again, if you were one of those folks who says, I don't want pesticides or synthetic things in my life, this is a great organic product. Those of you that back in the old times, in the old school, grandma used to have those big, fat, juicy tomatoes, more than likely they were made from back in those days. It wasn't considered organic, but it pretty much was organic. But she went out to the pen and got horse manure and cow manure and chicken manure and blended it together with leaves and straw and all of that and made a planting. That's exactly along the lines of what this is. So that gives you an idea of an organic potting soil. You probably wouldn't want to put that in your house because as time, chicken litter, things like that, organic matter, as it breaks down, it does sometimes have a smell to it. probably not the top of the line putting indoors, but would recommend it outside in a planter box or a garden area or something like that where you want that natural feed. Okay. So peat moss. So this is a variety of peat moss that's made by Miracle-Gro. All these products are made by Miracle-Gro with the exception of one. But this product right here is peat moss. So peat moss is one of those products that we like to put little plants in. So this would be when we're doing our starter plants. Like if we went and bought some seeds, you could put them in peat moss. And that way they stay moist. It's actually not a dirt at all. It's actually peat. And this product has that information in it. So it is a peat type material. You will find this bag right here, interestingly enough, this small bag costs the same as this bag. So to give you an idea of the cost of peat. Peat's one of those things that you would put in a hanging basket. Peat's one of those things that you might put in small trays to be able to get them started, to get them rooted. If you ever done plugs before or seen plugs, which come from a nursery that are about yay high, yay big, that all comes from peat, and that peat is there to hold that moisture. This particular variety is enriched with Miracle-Gro plant food. So this has fertilizer already built into it. So it's going to release that fertilizer out over time. Just like the organic, you're going to find the back of the bag. So this particular product actually, interestingly, has more fertilizer on an analysis than our organic soils. This particular one, it gives you your analysis right here to the right. And this particular product is 98% peat moss. So it is almost 100% that. And there is a little bit of a wetting agent in here. So what happens with peat moss is it'll run straight through, or it'll hold a little bit of moisture, but a lot of it goes through. And so they have a little bit of a wetting agent in there, and that wetting agent holds that moisture in there. And that's peat moss. So peat moss here, it has an analysis of 19, 11, 15. So that kind of gives you an idea of the analysis there, 0.19, 0.11, and 0.15. So these are very slow producers of fertilizer. They're not going to be fast fertilizers, fertilizer release programs. Okay? It also gives you some information on the back. If you ever were interested in this, it'll tell you how to use this particular product. This product, like I said, I use when I'm making little trays or making my own plants, or if I'm putting stuff in under a grow light, I'll do that versus some of the other soils. Okay? So that's peat moss. So then you have potting soil. Potting soil and gardening soil are probably the most common that we deal with. Most people say, oh, well, I got to go get some potting soil or potting mix. And that's what this is. So potting mix is going to have, it's going to be your soils, but it might have chunks of organic matter in it. It might have chunks of wood product in it. It kind of has a combination of those things. This particular is, grows plants twice as big, feeds up to 6 months. And what that means is that there's a fertilizer. Miracle-Gro has put a fertilizer in this that is basically breaking down. It could be an osmocoated urea. It could be just a slow breakdown of a particular product or a particular plant. And that product and that plant gives fertilizer for 6 months. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have to or you can't fertilize more, but you have to understand the analysis that when this says it's fertilizing. So, again, we're going to do the same thing as we always do, and I recommend that. So you flip it over on the back side. So if we were to rank these in fertilizer amounts, organic has the least, peat is next, potting soil is number 3. This has also been certified by as a premium potting soil. This particular analysis on this one is 0.21, 0.11, and 0.16. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. This has 0.21 of fertilizer, which means that it has more fertilizer in it than these other two, but still not as much as some of your plant material. This particular, and it even tells you out here to the side of what is in this. You've got peat, you've got different kinds of peat moss, you've got fertilizer, and you've got processed wood products. And what processed wood products are is like bark and things like that, where they've shredded that stuff up super fine. They've let it go through. Some of it could go through a heat. Some people use mulches. Some people use leaves. Some people use grass clippings, and they blend all of that up to make these products. And so this particular one has those items in it. The formula for this one, 45 to 50% of this product is made out of forestry products, peat moss, compost, and some fertilizer. So this is the application for this is to put in planter pots. You can put this in, you got your planter pots, and you want to put your plants in it, things like that. You've got them growing out of your peat. Now you want to move them over into this particular soil. This soil will do a really good job in holding that moisture. If it has things in it that will keep the dirt from becoming very packed. If you're from Georgia, you know we deal with red clay. So when we deal with red clay, you don't want to put red clay in your planter pots. This is the product. And the reason you don't want red clay is because it binds, it sticks together, it holds together, whereas this product has got that ability to let the water flow through, but it also holds enough moisture, but it's not super clayey and super binding together. So that is potting soil or potting mix. All right. Our next up is gardening soil. This is all purpose. You could use this product if you wanted to for all of these. They just have different applications. So this particular one is in-ground use. You could use it in other places, but this is one that we would recommend. Like if you're planting a garden, you need to amend the soil, you need some organic matter in the soil, then you would use this product. If you're out there and you're getting ready to plant your garden and you dig your garden up and you got red clay dirt, well, your garden's going to have a whole lot harder time growing than if you use some of these soils in your garden. Again, this particular garden soil is a bigger bag. If we were to open these products and we were to look at these, they would be different particles. They would be different particle sizes. This particular one here is our all-purpose. So on our mulch certification from the council, that mulch certification actually has dropped this down to a landscape soil and to a soil amendment. Now, there is not a whole lot of fertilizer in this product. This product right here has less fertilizer than any of these other three products. This fertilizer has 0.09% fertilizer and 0.05 and 0.07. So that gives you an idea that this bag, and it's good and it's big and everything as it is, you're not getting the nitrogen that you get in these other products. Just because you look at a bag and it's bigger doesn't mean that the nitrogen analysis is bigger than the others or higher than the others. This particular product is made from forestry products in Texas and Ohio. It's made of compost processed forestry products, peat moss, and some fertilizer. Down here in the South, it's probably running along the same lines of forestry products and peat moss, and they blend it all really, really good together. And then that's why you find little wood chunks in there, is because of that. This is good for when you need to plant in your yard. Like, for an example, we're at home now, we're planting some plants. We want to dig the holes a little bit bigger to give the roots a little bit better area to grow and a little bit bigger area to expand their roots. We would use this kind of soil in order to help with that. This soil, it has some, but no massive amount of value in the nutrients that it brings to the table for particular plants. So good for filling in, stuff and filling massed areas. Good for you could take some of this and some of this together and blend them. and use both of them to fill some of your garden spaces if you'd like, but you don't have to. But if you're looking from a nutrient standpoint, they're actually, this is less than these over here. And then final for today is topsoil. So this is a Scotts brand product. As you can see, it's a lawn and garden conditioner. It's added organic matter and peat moss to existing soils. So you can use this inside of different places for a topsoil. These products, when we think of topsoil in the South, we think of brown dirt. And you can put brown dirt on top of grass if you need to level out your yard. But these products do better because they are a lot more space between them. They don't congeal together. They don't clump together. And so that allows water to get through. It also allows the grass to grow through. We're getting a lot of calls recently on top dressing their yards. These are the type of product that we would use for top dressing a yard. You could use it, and then we use a lot of sand, and you blend them together so that the sand will fill in the holes, but the organic matter gives it the nutrients, and it changes the nomenclature of the dirt itself. So we can take a dirt that's kind of in the middle and make it a lot better, or we can take a red clay dirt and start building a base off of that red clay to give us something that we can plant some decent plants in the future. So just a couple of things there to keep in mind. Again, same thing with the Scotts product. They all have it, and you can read on the back the ingredients. So this particular one, is we can tell there's a difference between these products, because we talked about forestry products were a big component of those. This product here, it does contain your forestry products, your peat. This includes rice hulls, native soil, food waste, and or compost, and some peat moss in it. So this has got a little bit different mixture, a little bit different combination than what you have in these others. The one thing that you don't see on this particular bag, which means that Scotts may have not tested it, but there isn't a fertilizer combination here and an analysis. So there's not, I'll see one here. No, so there's not an analysis of this product. So this product may have little to no fertilizer or mineral value that has been tested. Organic matter is always good to add into the nomenclature of the plant, into the root zones. It helps it give something to attach to. Organic matter doesn't hold up like clay. It doesn't cause the plant the roots can't get in the ground like clay. And so this is good for that. I would not recommend to put this super thick in your yard. So it's spring and you're going, man, I got to go top dress my yard. And we go get 50 bags of that. Well, you don't want 50 bags of this and then spread it super, super thick. If you're going to top dress with it, fill a little bit in, let it grow in. Fill a little bit in, let it grow in. And consistently do that. If you go out there and you dump a bunch of dirt on your yard and it's got a hole or a lump or a hump, what's going to happen is that dirt, yeah, it's going to fill in, but it's going to also kill the grass under there, and that's going to cause you a problem in the long run, because now you have a huge bare spot in your yard where before you just had a hole. So just keep that in mind. So hopefully that was helpful. Just a couple of simple products that we picked up at our local supply store. If you have any questions, you need some help making some decisions on soil, be more than happy to help you with that. Also, check it out on the back of our bags. You can be able to see the information in that as well. So just wanted to hopefully this will help you out as you get ready to prepare for your garden season.